Today's segment paid for by Hall Financial. Now, many homeowners who, for whatever reason, haven't refinanced their home may feel that the opportunity has passed them by.
But that's not the case. David Hall from Hall Financial joins us once more to share why now is still a prime time to consider refinancing and why Hall Financial is the five-star choice. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
Absolutely.
Our pleasure.
Great to see you again, David. You know, Hall Financial, I love this second chance refinance motto you got going on. I'm one of those people who really heavily considered refinancing, then I didn't. And now those rates are going by. I felt they were going back up. Did I miss out?
Yeah, well, it's you're not alone. 14 million Americans are eligible right now to save up to $300 a month by refinancing. There are a ton, and that's just up to 300. There's many more that could save what would be a considerable amount of money. And so we've seen this kind of interesting phenomena where in December and January, we really saw these all-time low rates, and then they started ticking back up again, still really, really nice. And then over the last 2-3 weeks, we've seen a dip for a lot of economic reasons. So yeah, we've had a lot of folks call and said, hey, I thought I missed the boat, and it turns out you didn't, because there's a great opportunity right now. So at least check into it, figure out what your savings would be, and see if it makes sense for you. It definitely is a second chance here for a lot of folks that may have thought they missed out.
A quick follow-up question for you, David. What's the gap? Let's say you're at 4%, just to throw a number out there. How low should the rate be for you to consider refi? Is it half a point, a full percentage point? What's that number? What's that range for people to seriously consider this?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't want to give you too many qualifiers.
Sure.
I would generally say if you can save 0.5% or more, you should look at it. I think less than 0.5% isn't enough. Michigan is a very fee-friendly state. States like New York and Florida are very expensive to refinance. Michigan is very inexpensive to refinance. It's all state by state. So it's an interesting thing because a lot of folks sometimes think you got to save 2 percentage points on the interest rate. That's sort of an old wives' tale from 40 years ago. That's not the case. And so a lot of it depends how long are you going to be in the home, sort of what are your future plans, because if you're saving 0.5% or more on interest, in other words, if you can go from 3.5 to 3 and you're going to be in the home for a long time, the other thing that's changed is you can make your term whatever you want. So if you have 24 years to go, we can give you a 24-year. You don't have to reset to 30. So there's a lot of options available today that weren't available, over 20 years ago when I started in the business. But yeah, I would say 0.5% or more is a good general rule of thumb where you can at least look at it and it might make sense for you.
I think we're really speaking to a lot of people right now who are trying to find those ways to come up with some extra money. So when we talk about savings here, we want to know how much. Of course, you guys are talking about the percentages there, but who should be considering all of this right now?
Well, there's a couple of different things that are happening. And one is we have a very hot housing market, as everybody knows, and a lot of that is fueled by these very low interest rates. So when you factor in home prices are a little higher than they have been, but interest rates are lower, it all kind of equals out with the payment. I think that the other thing that's really important, though, is renovations people are doing around the home. They're taking cash out because interest rates are at an all-time low. They're also paying off debt. A lot of credit card debt, student loan debt, different types of debts are being paid off because we can do what we call turning bad debt into good debt. 3% mortgage debt that is typically tax deductible, that's what we call good debt. 17% credit card payments where you're not getting ahead and every month you're stuck, that's bad debt. So we talk a lot about converting bad debt into good debt. And so there's a lot of different things going on in the market right now. Typically, you don't see housing values soaring with very low mortgage interest rates. So it's bringing everybody into the game in terms of maybe having a reason why they might want to do something in terms of looking at their mortgage.
And finally, of course, we encourage people to call you, and you might be calling them. I mean, you got a 5-star experience guarantee, right?
Yeah, we really do. I mean, our entire focus at Hall Financial is centered around the client experience. And so we've started to put our stake in the ground on that and said, if you don't feel like you have a 5-star experience, because that's our goal with every single client, is to have them feel like it was a 5-star experience. I personally want to get on the phone with those clients to find out, where was it not 5 stars so we can improve it. We feel very strongly. That's really all we talk about. That's the, I mean, 80% of our meetings are about, was it a 5-star experience? We love to look at our reviews. Fortunately, we have nearly 4,000 5-star reviews now. That's what we're all about, is a tremendous 5-star experience for every client.
Love that. It's great to hear.
Thank you so much, David. Appreciate the time and the valuable information. Great seeing you.
Always great to see you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, Hall Financial, you want to learn more? Callhallfirst.com. That's the website to go to, callhallfirst.com. Or pick up the phone, 616-900-9898.